Hello everyone and welcome to today's Tech Talk. I'm Janki Gattu, a GIS professional from Geosys Enterprise Solutions Private Limited. We are an ISO 9001 and 2015 certified organization and we are also a ISRI partner company. And today we are going to present you a Tech Talk on automating the business process with GIS. And after this Tech Talk, we'll be sending you a recorded video of the session. And if you have any queries, we'll answer all your queries at the end of the session. In the meantime, if you have any queries, we request you to put all your queries on the chat box, and at the end of the session, I'll try to answer as many queries as possible. And the agenda for today is like we'll be learning how to create a task and how to create a workflow using the tasks. And these tasks are created using a software called ArcGIS Pro, and this enables every GIS user to perform repeatable tasks in an easy way using the workflow process or by automating the business process. And here we can use this ArcGIS Pro tasks to perform various tasks or repeatable actions where you'll be working with n number of tasks repeatedly in a given period of time. So, and all these people in different designations will be using our ArcGIS Pro tasks to perform their jobs easy. And let's see like what is a task and how we can make a workflow using a task. Basically, a task can comprise of any of these four actions: tools, views, layer settings, and actions. Tools, it can be your geoprocessing tools, it can be creating a feature, or it can be modifying a feature, or it can be running a buffer. So it can be any geoprocessing workflow that you can build using these tools. And creating views, so how do you create a view? What we can see on our map view can also be decided, like once you run a tool, whether it has to be displayed on your map view or not. So that also can be automated in the workflow process. And the layer settings, the layer, do you want it to be made visible or not? Do you want to make it editable or not? So all these kind of settings can be embedded into our workflow process with the automation of our tasks. And we'll be performing like various actions when creating our workflow using the tasks. All right. Let's see like what is a task. A task is basically a set of steps which may contain tools, views, layer settings, and actions to complete a work. So it can be a single task or it can be multiple tasks, like how we build it in model builder, like the sequence of steps with various tools. It can be a single tool or it can be hundreds of tools. So you embed all those tools together to perform a repeatable task. So a task contains the steps of repeatable workflows. These steps can be configured in ArcGIS Pro using commands and tools. And you can control the view and visibility by performing the actions in your ArcGIS Pro project. So how to use a task? Basically, there are like three ways in which we perform tasks. One is you open a task item, which means like already there is a task which was created and you're opening a task item, or you can import a task item using .isri tasks, because when you save a task file, it will be saved as .esra tasks. And this is a repeatable workflow where you can combine multiple tasks together, and you can create a task item. Under each task, you can have multiple items. So in creating tasks, in ArcGIS Pro task is made up of like several steps. First thing is like we will see like do you want to perform any action? Do you want to take any uh, views? Do you want to create any views? Do you want to perform any kind of layer visibility settings? And then once that particular task is completed, next you will perform a second task. This is how you create the tasks, by putting all these properties together for a given task. So if you want to create a task, first thing is you need a designer. So our ArcGIS Pro, when you import an item, you can open that particular task in a designer mode and you can edit that particular designer, or you can create your own task. It depends on how you want to use that particular information, particular tools or commands. So for doing all this in our designer, task designer, what we have to do is, first thing is we need to open our ArcGIS Pro and we have to be connected with our ArcGIS online account. And then we can have a map on our ArcGIS Pro project, because when you have a map, obviously you'll have layers, and on top of layers only you're going to perform various kinds of actions. So before you have your task designer, you should have all this open. And then when you open the task designer, you will perform sequence of steps for which you're going to record all your actions. And these actions can be recorded automatically, or this can be recorded manually. Like in a model builder, let us suppose an output of one tool can be an input of another tool. So in that case, you can either choose manually, or you can choose like automatically to run the process. Here also in the same way, either you can make the process automated, or you can run the process manually. So as we talked about, this task will have the contents, which is like the layer selectable, editable and all, and views, whether you wanted to do view, 3D view and all. And here, like as I told you initially, you work with the tools. It can be any kind of geoprocessing tool. And you can also perform tasks on the top of the tools, whether you want to run it, the tool, and whether you want to display the layer or not, and where you want to display that, and whether you want to make it selectable and editable and all. So basically, in one task group, you can create multiple tasks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all. And each task you'll have various task steps, as we have seen the visibility, the geoprocessing tools and everything. So all this will come under your task steps. And these steps together will create a task group of individual steps or becoming a task, and group of tasks will become a task group. So here our business process automation will provide the information more accurately, because here we are not doing any manipulation. We are just bringing all the different kinds of activities or tools together to automate our process. Okay, and let us see like how we can proceed with the demonstration part. So I have this ArcGIS Pro task, and I'm opening an ArcGIS Pro project. So I have my ArcGIS Pro project getting opened up here. Okay. So this is basically an ArcGIS Pro project which was created earlier, and which is having certain layers. As I told you, in order to perform a task, you need to have like a map, and the layers on the map that has to be enabled here. And then we can go ahead and proceed with the creation of the task to automate the processes what we want. So first thing is, we have a base map, which is a topographic base map. And I'm just disabling this option. This is basically a trailhead. As you can see here, this is basically a forest area, and we are going to perform search and rescue operation in this forest area. And we have like various teams like there are 6 different teams, and each team is going on a different trails. You can see here a trail is nothing but the path in which we travel in a forest. So, and this location is a smite boundary. So here, I have this boundary here, and I have the rivers which are flowing here within this, and here, and then I have a lake, you can see here, and I have the dark color ones, or the gray ones, or the basically the trials. And here you can see the camps where the trial will start. So these are the different camps which we have. And uh, if you want to search and rescue a person, you need to have certain clues. So you can use the clues and you can find out the person. Okay. So here we are going to use this, and we are going to work on the C layers now. Okay. One second. So we are going to have the Yosemite boundary, and we are going to use our teams for search and rescue operation of any people who are missing in this camp. And we'll be using some initial planning point, because if you want to search for someone in a area where you don't know, you need to always have some planning points from where you have to start. And you also have to need to have some clues, and you also need to have some uh, coordinates where you can start from, like where you have seen that person at the end. So based on all these different kinds of layers, we are going to work on an automated task which I'll be showing you, which was created. Okay. So how do you basically import the tasks? So you have an option here, insert, and you have an option of task here where you can import the tasks and where you can create the files. As we have seen in our PPT, like .esra tasks or the tasks which you can import it. So I'm browsing it to my path. This is my boundary where we are going to work on. So I'm going to search and rescue operation start. So I'm going to take that ESRI task, and you can see it is automatically opening that in my tasks task bar here. So I can list all the tasks here. Okay. So I can click here, and I can click on edit in designer. So, and you can see like what is it, the operation it is being performed. So as of now, we are going to use the stars designer, and we are going to create different kinds of tasks. So let's see like how the task which is created is being used. Okay. So first thing is, I will explain you the scenario. This Yosemite National Park, This is basically having 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 camps, and there will be a lot of people who will be coming here and with their backpacks and who will be staying here. And sometimes there will be like people who will be lost in the trails. As such, like people from different camps would be going out to search and rescue the person. So as a GIS analyst, what you have to do is you have to use all these layers put together, and you have to find the missing person, or you have to find the routes to track the person. So that is what we are going to automate in this process, and we are going to do the analysis. Okay. So now I have imported the task here, which was already created and which is being showed in our tasks window, and the search is available here. So now we are going to run the search. So for running this, you just need to double click, and it is opening the first step. So it is asking, enter the missing person's name and notes about the missing person last known variables, which means like you're going to start with the name of the person, and then you're going to make a brief notes of it. So and then you will assign an initial point from where you can search that person. So I'm going to give a search name, and I'm going to give a description. Okay, so I have got the first step here, and then I'm going to click on the next step here. So these are the places like where you can see the people which have gone along starting from the camp, and which has traveled along the ways in that particular place. So you have all these people being displayed here, and now we are going to start our initial planning point. So this initial planning point are basically located at the trailheads, and which will obviously help us in locating the uh, persons using our search and rescue teams, which starts from the camps. So now what we will do is we need to start this point. So I'm going to use the search index, and I'm going to make a new selection, and I have to start at some place where these people are there. So I will search from a place where a lake is there, because I have seen that person last at that particular lake. So I can give that particular information and then click on run. So this all you can automate it based on your design, and it works similar to your model builder, like how you automate the task. So this is the area from where we are going to start, because this is the place where we have seen the person. So here you can see here create a initial planning point feature. So you have to, from this camp he has started, so you can create a point where you have seen him at the last, which is an initial planning point feature, and then you can start your search operation. So maybe while doing this campaigning, maybe they might have taken some photographs and all, and if you have the coordinates of that particular photograph, if it is geotagged, you can take the coordinates of the photo and you can place an initial planning point, and then you can start your operation. Okay, so how do you create that? So when you click on this, so it is opening my create features dialog. So what I'll do is I'll right click on the point, and I'm going to give the absolute x and y coordinates, where I can take the coordinates from the photograph and I can give it. And I know there is a person who has taken a photograph, and the last registered coordinates in that camera is, I can give the coordinates. and you can give it in decimal degrees and meters. It's up to you how you want to give. And click on enter. So you can see the initial planning point from where you're going to do the planning activity for the search and rescue operations team to search to start your search to rescue a person who is missing from the camp. Okay, now so if you want you can save this and then you can click on next. And you can also give the coordinates of the point where you have last seen him, and then you can proceed with the uh, location here. I'm just repeating the step. And I want to start the initial planning point feature from this camp. I'm putting the point here, and then I'm going with the next step, and I'm going to see like from where he has started at the last. So I'm going to give the coordinates from where I have seen him at the end. So this is the point, and then we can use this tasks, because now I have kept this attribute here, feature here. Now I have to give the attributes for this particular feature which I have placed. So already this particular point is showing me the details here. I can click the attributes here and you can see the attributes here, and I'm going to give the attributes and I'm going to label this particular feature. So it's up to you if you want to use it or not. You can give the notes and the search name and you can click on next. So here it is asking us to select the traits where we can search that operation. So you can actually select the traits here. So because your starting point is from here, so you can select the traits, because the possible routes you can select the traits here, and for the traits you can assign the teams. Because he has been seen last at this particular point. So you can select the features, and now you can click on next. Now we have like different trails that has been selected, but all the trails cannot be met with one single team. So you have to assign like various teams for moving here. So we can select the streams here, and we can assign the teams here. So what I can do is I can select one trail trait, and I can give the assign the teams here. I can clear everything, and I can select one stream, and I can assign team 1, team 2, team 5, and there is other possibility that the person can go here also. So I can assign team 6, and now I have assigned teams, uh, various teams to various trials, and now I have everything here. Now I can click on next to see the layout with the trail segment here. And here we have a map series which we can select, which when you select a series of maps, what happens is like it will give us a layout of different kinds of trials each team is following. So we are going to enable that map series, and we are going to see that our map frame is going to have the trials layer, because we are going to see like which team is going on to which trail to search for a person. And we already have assigned the teams to each and every trial, like team 1, team 2, team 3, and all. And now we are going to click on OK. Okay, so this is where like we have created a layout, and now we are going to name the file and search and rescue operation. So that is how I want to give the name for this. And then you can click on your map series, because I have given like 6 teams, so I need like 6 maps or 6 layouts to be created. And I want to create each layout for each and every team. And now I wanted to save this, and for each and everything I want the page name as my suffix, so I'm going to give it, and I'm going to get the current time and the default layout which is already set up. And now I'm going to click on the option export. So now this series of maps which are like 6 maps are being exported into a PDF. Now we have to wait for the system to process it, because it zooms to each and every trial that a team is following, and it will create a layout of that particular team, and you will be getting like a 6 PDFs. So we can click on the show on folder, and you can see here I have given the title as search and rescue operation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and which has been created just now. And when you open this, You'll be so let me export this once again. I got some issue with this. So in the meantime, if you have any other queries, you can put all your queries in the chat window and I'll answer all your queries. I'm getting an error on this. Just give me a minute. The file is getting corrupted here at the end. So just give me a minute to sort this out. So basically this is how we are going to get the outputs, but all individual 6 PDFs we are going to get for each and every team. So what I will do is I have given the file name. So let me export it as a single PDF file and see. So we are going to get only one single PDF because I have selected all 6 pages to be merged into a single PDF. So let us see like how our output will come. It's taking a bit longer time than it usually takes. So let's see if there is any problem. So in this particular activity, like we have worked on actually 9 different steps. Whereas like first we have opened our map with all the different layers, and then we have opened our task, and then we started zooming, giving the initial planning point, and then from the initial planning point, like we have given like the last scene point of that person, and then we have selected the different trials, the possible different trials that person might have gone from the last point, and we have assigned different teams to each and every trial, and for the rescue operation. And now we are exporting all those different different trials into a single PDF. I'm just canceling this operation. So in the meantime, if you have any other queries, you can ask me. Uh, so as you have seen in my last screen, that would be how your the final PDF would be there. I'm sorry, like I'm not able to cancel this operation also because it is still working on. So in the meantime, if you have any queries, you can ask me.
Hello.
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 Hello. Could you be louder, please? I'm not able to hear you. Is this Anil?
Yes, you are able to hear.
Uh, I'm not able to hear you. Would you mind texting me here on the chat box?
Now you are able to hear me.
Yes, you can tell me,
Yeah,
Anil.
ma'am. Yeah, like For the base maps, what are the we can use the latest base map for these operations, isn't it? Like from where can we get those base maps?
ISRI is giving us various base maps, right? Already
Okay,
we have like various base maps which we can use it. Because now I'm in the layout where I'm not able to show you. Once this operation gets cancelled, I'll be able to show you that one.
okay. So
Okay, so basically, like ISRI is providing like various base maps, right? So we can use that various existing ISRI base maps, or you can use the base maps from ArcGIS Online, which is available, or ArcGIS Living Atlas also if you're connected to your ArcGIS Online account.
yeah, because for the operations like this, we need something very latest updated base map, isn't it? That way, is it provided, or we have to integrate them separately? We have to do some coding, some things. Like already, you have some base maps there. You can integrate it. Suppose I want something, say 1 day or 2 days base map, because we have the satellite data available now for every 6 or 7 hours also. Can we integrate those things? Please?
See, if you have your own base map, yes, that is fine. You can add your own base map as well. But when if you want to use the existing base maps within the ArcGIS account, you can use that as well. It depends on your requirement and on your project as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So, are there any other queries? So we'll be sending you a feedback form. We request all the participants to send us your feedback, and we also request you to let us know like what all topics would you be interested in going further to present you the tech talk on those topics, and your feedback will help us to improve our tech talks going forward. And thank you all for joining me this morning. And for any other queries, if you have, you can please reach us on janki@usersenterprise.com, or you can also WhatsApp us on 9493880670, or you can also visit our website at www.gss.co.in. Thank you.